us about that project or any new upcoming stuff that you'll be in?
I had a film premiere at South by Southwest Festival called Johnny Frank Garrett's Last Word. It's about a dude that killed a nun in 1981 in Amarillo, Texas. True story. Very bizarre, too, because he sat on his deathbed right before he was executed lethal injection. He said, you know, I didn't do this. I think you guys are going to find out that I didn't do it, and every one of you is going to pay. Oddly enough, everybody in the jury started dying of weird, rare strains of cancer. Got hit by a train, like, who gets hit by a fucking train? It's that story, really bizarre. And then later in the year, I have Traffic, a story about human trafficking. It's coming out. I did it with Ashley Judd. So that's two that are coming up. But what he's referring to is Howlers. Now, Howlers is a motorcycle werewolf, weird kind of bizarre story. But I worked 2 days. They consolidated all my work into 2 days. So I flew in, I did it, and I left. So I wasn't there to see them shoot the rest of the stuff. So I don't have a good beat to tell you this is going to be good, that's going to be crazy, the script is killer. But you know, when you're there every day, you get a good monitor of like how this is going to play out. But because I flew in, I did 2 days and I left, and all my stuff is isolated. See what I fucking did. I'm kidding. But it was fun. It was fun. You know, I mean, motorcycles and werewolves. That's
Yes, awesome.
It's
Yeah.
a good time. That script's cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yes, sir.
What's up?
How are you?
First off, I want to say my mom loved the video you sent for her on Thursday. I was
Yeah.
dressed as you, if you remember.
Yes.
But I have a request rather than a question. Do you think you could record an alarm for me to get up for school as Conor McManus?
Okay, he wants Rocco's Dead Wake the fuck up. Just hit the red?
Yeah.
What's your name? Hey Damien, I just want to tell you that the snooze button is the first lie you will tell yourself today. It is an instrument for fucking losers. Right now you decide what you want to do. I'm not going to yell. Feel free to go back to bed. But if you do, just know what I want to call you. If you made a promise to yourself last fucking night, shame the fuck on you. I'll tell you, shame the fuck on you. You're setting a precedent for the rest of the fucking day. Just my little 2 cents, man. It's the, I swear to you, man, it's the tiny things. It's the tiny fucking things. Yes, sir.
First of all, hi. And
How are you?
I'm wonderful now. So, I was originally going to ask you, because you were clearly jacked, how much you bench. But if you look towards the far right,
Clearly, I got my swole on.
from the far right, if you see the lovely Black Widow, that is my friend Nadia, and it is her birthday today. So if you could do something, maybe sing her happy birthday, or like curse at her in an Irish accent. I don't know what she wants. It's the birthday girl's wish, but I was
Let's
just
get to the core of this, though. That's Nadia?
red wig, yeah.
Red wig. And who are you to her?
I'm her like friend.
What do you mean, like?
If you look that
Be
row,
honest with me right now. Are you drawing a little bit of blood just thinking about it?
it,
I'm not saying
none of them wanted to.
Have you dreamed about throwing a leg over? Let's get to the core. Come on.
None of them want to admit they know me right now.
I need to understand the relationship.
She talks to me because she thinks I'm hot, I guarantee you.
But does she talk to you or does she talk to you? Okay,
gonna
happy
punch me.
birthday, Nadia. God bless.
Hi, my name's Alana.
It's
I
like
just
3 people are gonna leave here hating me. I just wanted a fucking alarm. A sermon. I just wanted a happy birthday. Just, I don't know. This has to be enjoyable for me too.
well, what I wanted to say is my first con ever, and you made the whole fucking con.
So,
I mean, come on. We don't say, you know. And what keeps you humble? What keeps you grounded? Like, you know, you're the most personable person, famous person that I've ever interacted with.
let me tell you, that kind of unapproachable fame is something that you have to cultivate. It really is. I'm not kidding, and I don't have it. I don't have unapproachable fame. I mean, if you guys went to LA, you'd see me walking around Ralph's. No one fucking comes up to me. I mean, I'm not making it up, and I'm not trying to sound overly humble, but I don't have that unapproachable fame. And believe it or not, neither really does Regis. If you come up to him, he's going to take a picture with you. He's not, you know, if you surround yourself with that entourage and people are like, then people are like weird about it, and it becomes a thing. But if you just you, I mean, maybe once a day I can see somebody going, but that's it's not like I get mobbed anywhere. I go to the mall, I go anywhere. There's weeks that go by where not one person said, dude, did we go to high school together? You know what I mean? But anonymity is important to me. You know why? But because it allows me to be a fucking dick when I need to. And being a dick when you need to is something my granddaddy told me was always important. Passion for everybody. But be ready to not have fucking any should the need arise. And I'll tell you, man, you know, you're in a restaurant and they don't bring you your food for like 45 minutes. I'm gonna go, excuse me. I used to be a waiter and you fucking suck. You know what happens when Tom Cruise does that? It's on TMZ. Oh, fucking complain about it. You know what I mean? You gotta reserve the right to be a human. And I conduct myself like a regular human. I mean, I'm on my lawn, I do all of that shit. You know, because I don't lose touch with that crap. You know? At the end of the day, it's like, those are still things that I want to do. I want to run my hand on the contour of the car when I wash it, you know? It's like, it's important, that shit, you know? And I don't want my kids to grow up feeling like they're any different. I want them to realize maybe shit would have been different when they're 18. I want them to go, you mean to fucking tell me you could have afforded that big Lego set the whole time? I'm gonna go, yep. I gave you a work ethic, motherfucker. And that shit will pay dividends till you fucking 90.
Well, thank you, and for being my friend Heather.
Thank you very much.
Hey Sean, I'm Jess. I've been a fan of yours forever. Like, I've seen Powder and some Hallmark movie that you made that I cannot remember the name of, but that was fantastic.
Thank you.
But my thing is actually, I don't know if you have any siblings, but I have a sister, and she's my older one, and she always talks about how she met you and Norman one time and rubs it into my face over and over. So can you take a video on my phone just to make her jealous?
What's her name? Hey Stephanie, when we met, did I do this? Sit Stephanie fuck down. Yes, sir.
Can I get like two?
It's a liquor station. If you moonwalk that
So, my name's Logan. My
Cool
question
name, by the way.
is, thank you. My question is, what was the most fun thing to record with the Boondock Saints, and what was the hardest thing to record?
You know, let's be honest, this is not a heavy taxing industry. You know what I mean? If I have to come up with the hardest thing on a movie set, it's like, fuck off, man. It's, we're being paid an exorbitant amount of exotic currency and being treated as royalty. You know, we're penguins and we're allowed to insert our fingers where we want. It's really bizarre, it's crazy. No shit. You live in a house inside of a truck in between takes, which is a lot of time. You have a 24-hour short order cook who'll cook you anything. The hardest thing is not, it's just not hard, man. It's not, I've had real jobs. I've had real jobs my whole life. Paper out when I was 8, you know. It could not be If there's any producers in the room, I'm just kidding. It's fucking. I'm gonna go to a place for that performance, man. But the truth is, it is, you know? I mean, what's the most fun? Depends on what criteria I'm using to determine what's the most fun. In between takes, because you're with friends, or the most fun creatively, or the most enjoyable because at the end I have this piece of art to hand to someone, or what I think is a piece of art. You know, but it's not a big taxing job. It's not. I have ample free time to do anything. There's more people that want to be actors than want to be president of the United States. It's the truth. It's a highly sought after profession, and I am flattered, humbled, and honored to be a part of it. But it's not hard. And if anybody tells you it's hard, like I had to do this, I went to an emotional fuck off, man. Fuck off. Fuck the hell off. You know, I play a homeless person, so I lived on the street for a week. And you're fucking stinky motherfucker. Take a fucking shower before you come to set. I bet you're gonna use real piss, motherfucker. It's just not. If anybody tells you it's really hard, they've never fucking worked a day in their fucking life. Never. You go to the military, you go through boot camp, and you tell me this shit's hard. Fuck you. I'm honored to be a part of it. I don't believe it. But it's not the most taxing shit in the world, you know? In between takes, you're just shooting this shit, you're joking around, it's like, you know, action, blah, 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 cut. So anyway, where are we going tonight? Let's order some pizza. You know, it's doing something like Boondock, you know, I did it with one of my best friends. You know, so obviously, we're just doing crazy shit in between takes. We're doing anything we want. You know, the cumulative amount of work that you do in a day is, I don't know, 25 minutes? You know, spread out the whole day. Then you have, you know, 11 hours and 35 minutes to do whatever the fuck you want. And in Toronto, there was a brass rail with Russian strippers! Ow! We heard about that from Taxi Driver. I never had trouble. He said it was, I heard it was good. But.
Speaking of Norm Reedus, will you be riding around a motorcycle with him this year?
Duh. Got one of his motorcycles in my garage. I'm sure they'll swing by sooner or later, you know.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
That's coming up, the 12th? 12th. Tune in. My boy's got a motorcycle show on the 12th. I've already seen it, so I don't even have to tune in.
So my friend saw you a couple years ago, right here, and they said you told a story about a horse. So talk
About
about
horse?
A horse.
I've
And you
never
know,
repeated the story about the horse. A horse? Oh.
I'm glad you got that.
Handful of you fuckers want to know the story about the horse.
Yeah, I said horse.
The horse?
Horse.
I did tell the story.
That's one of the most excited you were that time. So I would be interested.
Well, you know, there was a horse on Boondock 2. Everybody remember the horse on Boondock 2? Raise your hand if you've never heard the horse story. Everybody in here's going, man, how did everybody hear these stories? It's true shit that I shared. But in movie making, they ask you all the time, you know, if it's a movie about a concert pianist, you know, they ask the actor, so have you ever played piano? Yeah. Philharmonic Symphony? Yeah. Actors are just so full of shit. I mean, you know, this guy is familiar with weaponry. Have you ever shot a gun? Holler, bang bang. No shit, actors fucking lie. So obviously we're shooting this, and in the beginning, you know, there's some horse riding. So they call up Reedus, you know, hey, Troy Duffy, he put us all through. He's like, so, hey, Flanner, I wanted to, nah, fuck, never mind, you're from Texas. Reedus, can you ride a horse? Yeah, come on. I wasn't there, it was a conference call, but I knew the Justin just by the way. And so when we got there, they had 2 horses, right? And I shit you not, I see they have a cherry picker, a crane, and Reedus has a harness, and they're lifting Reedus up, turning his up, and setting him on this fucking no shit. I swear to fucking God. Now there's some shit that I can do in my life, and there's shit that I can't do in my life. And there's stuff that Reedus can do in his life, and stuff that he can't do in his life. Horse riding turns out one of the things Reedus can fucking do. But if you remember, remember, in that scene, I had to roll a cigarette, right? So, I mean, I'm on this thing going, trying to roll a cigarette, and I'm like taking the paper, and I'm looking over at Regis, and Regis is honestly going, he's even doing the old school thing where like he holds the cigarette and he never brings the cigarette to his mouth, but brings his mouth to the cigarette. He's got like skills with that thing. I mean, he was talking to somebody like, so anyway, like later on we're gonna go to the hotel, and I'm just looking at him like, what the fuck technique black belt shit? It's fucking black belt cigarette shit. I'm over there folding the paper, like my shit's like spit dripping everywhere trying to roll this. I can't roll it, so he gave me a little tutorial, and they cut around me trying to roll a cigarette and put it in my mouth like I've never had one in my mouth. I'm like, and Regis is doing his fancy shit. But we also have to be on a horse. So after they crane that motherfucker on, we're sitting there, and I'm riding my horse around. Honest to shit, my horse went buck fucking wild. There's B-roll of this. Like, honest to God, he tried to buck me off for like 60 seconds. They got that all on fucking tape. But I grew up in fucking Texas. So I pull him, he calms down, and I pull up right next to Regis. And I swear to God, Regis is cool as fuck, man, twisting this cigarette up. He's folding it, licking it, and rolling his tongue. It's like a doing kind of dance. You know, like some chicks can like tie a knot with a cherry stem. Motherfucker can make a cigarette dance. Dance, I say. And he's sitting on this horse, and I swear to God, horse didn't fucking move, didn't rear up, didn't jump. Motherfucking horse just shifted his weight. Horse was like this, and it went. And Rita's like, Flannery! Fucking cigarette tumbling out of his mouth. He's holding the veins are fucking fucking guttural noises coming out of Rita's head. Never fucking. I like to piss myself, man.